Hello again. This video I'm gonna go into, it's gonna be two different topics in this one video. I'm gonna combine both. The first thing I want to go into in this video is concerning the location of Israel in Egypt. When the scripture says in Deuteronomy 28 and 68, let me get to it, because I was talking to a gentleman that said that the curses contained in Deuteronomy 28 and 68, that specific curse and the other ones has been fulfilled. And I'm gonna get into how it's not fulfilled. And I'm gonna show you on a map, because they must believe that the children of Israel actually went back into Egypt. All right, now I'm gonna clear this up for those who believe the same thing. This is Deuteronomy chapter 29. Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. But before I read that, first we need to realize that the children of Israel was scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay? If we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who are the Israelites today? If you take a family of four and you take the husband and you beat him half to death and you kill him, or you send him off into slavery and you ravish his wife, and you take his wife and split them up, take the kid, take them to another land. When that kid get older, he won't know who his true parents is. And this is what happened to us through slavery. Our families were split up. All right. And I wanted to bring that out first, because we need to identify who the children of Israel is today. The so-called Jewish people do not fit any of the curses contained in the Bible. The only way they fulfill prophecy is in 2 Kings chapter 17. They're in the scriptures. Everything and everybody is in the scriptures. Okay. Now let's read Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end to the earth, even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Okay. The wood is a give me now, which is the cross. And the stone is the Kaaba stone. Okay. And I wanted to read that scripture so we would know who are the people today that fit these curses. All right. Now, I was going through this with the gentleman today at the job, and I was mocked. Okay. Now, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, and by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondwomen and bondmen, and no man shall buy you. Okay? For bondmen and bondwomen. No one shall buy you, which means no one shall redeem you out of the condition, or get you out of the condition that you're in. Every man that tried to get us out of slavery suffered death. Okay. When it says in the same verse, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, it's not actually talking about the land Egypt. It's talking about bondage. This is bondage. If you go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 3, you can find that out. Let's go to it. Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any engraven images or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. All right. Now let me go to verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Okay. That's what Egypt is. Egypt just means bondage, because that's where the children of Israel, our foreparents, were enslaved in Egypt. All right. Now, there's no place else in the Bible where they went back into Egypt under bondage again. I hear that scripture has been fulfilled when I read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And I'm going to show you on a map that it's not talking about the actual land Egypt. Okay, that's why we have to do our world history and don't jump into conclusions just to try to debunk or make a debate. I don't debate the Bible at all. All right. What I do is watch people's actions to say, the ones that say they are true Christians. I watch their actions and I discern their spirit. And most of the time, the people that try to come against me and others that know who they are through the scriptures, most of the time, they're following their own carnal emotions. And a lot of them are backbiters too. All right. But I just wanted to bring that out. Now, I have a map here. I'm going to show you that it's not talking about the actual land Egypt. This is a map of the world. Okay. This is the map of the world. Now, hopefully this come out clear. As you can see Egypt. Okay. Let me get a pen. Egypt. Now, right up in this area here is where Israel is. It's hard to see on this map. Apologize for the view. It's not real good resolution. But if you see there's landmass here, you don't need a cargo slave ship or a boat to go back into Egypt. You can just merely walk. So the scriptures wasn't talking about into the actual land Egypt. It was talking about into bondage. All right. And I just wanted to show that map. Let me put up again. As you can see where it's circled. You can see Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Cairo, Egypt. You can see all these areas, and Israel is in the vicinity of where Cairo is. And as you can see, you can walk or drive. All that's connected. So you don't need you don't actually need a boat to go into the land of Egypt. So the scriptures wasn't talking about that. Now, the other topic, I'm running both of these together, is the buildings that we so-called, well, I don't anymore, but the Christians, the so-called Christians, the buildings that they worship in, I can prove beyond any shadow of a doubt that is ancient witchcraft ingenuity. All right. Now people will say, well, what are you bringing up that information for? Because a lot of people not really understanding that these places hold spirits. All right. A lot of times you want to do good when you go to church, when you go to these buildings, you want to act different. You know, you don't curse in these churches. You don't. It seems like you want to be almost Christ-like when you go into these buildings. All right. Wonder why? I guess you believe that that's the house of God. Some buildings can be, but the ones that's constructed a certain specific way is ancient witchcraft buildings. The architectural outline of the way they're formed is ancient witchcraft buildings. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you these are witchcraft temples. Okay. The biggest one that we have is the Capitol in DC. If you look at it, pretty building, right? Not bad at all. Try and get it up there. Okay. Pretty building, right? What does this look like to you? The same building we just seen. This is a witch temple. If you look at the Capitol, same architectural outline. Okay, I have more. Now, if you see this building, oh, it's a pretty building, right? Got people there. Like they going to church, huh? What is written at the top? Salem Witch Museum. That's what that is. But if you look at it, it look like a church, right? Look like a Roman Catholic church. Got the window. Look at the window in the front. Okay. And a lot of the ingenuity, let me put this back up, like this shape here is shaped like a woman's private area. Because you had people that worshipped women and in that area, their private area, they worship that. Okay. Nice looking church, huh? Got the cross on the top and everything, right? Witchcraft temple in Iceland. Now you can look all this stuff up. I just wrote it out for you. Nice looking church, huh? Now if you go to your now go on Sunday and look at your church. The same ingenuity. All right.